oxygen, when did you, were you approached for the job, or did you
Yeah.
volunteer for it?
Yeah, Dr. Florio and Mr. Dietrich spoke to me about the potential for the opening at the high school, and if how I would feel about taking the position if that did become a reality. And that was actually after I had spoken to the principal, Kevin, at the time, knowing that he would be moving on. And so, yeah, I was certainly enthusiastic and honored by the fact that they would even consider me for the opportunity. And at that point, I started really considering it in earnest.
Given the circumstances, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but
Sure.
he was somebody obviously you dealt with as a colleague.
Correct.
Is it hard to come into these circumstances, into the school system? I mean, you know the kids obviously, but you're filling a position that was filled by somebody who was once your colleague.
Certainly. I think if it was a performance issue, Luther, it would have been harder to do that. But because there were, personal reasons behind it, and Kevin and I had a good relationship, and he, certainly encouraged me actually to take this position. So that made it much easier for me.
So when you had this chat with him, it was sometime in April.
I don't recall exactly by the calendar, but it was certainly in the spring. At least well over a month ago.
Okay. Can you describe your management style as an educator? I mean, obviously, we've all had an opportunity to see from the outside, but
Sure.
How would you describe your management style from the inside?
Yeah, I think that I'm a consensus builder. That I have a good sense of humor, and I like to make school fun for our students and for our staff, and make our school an enjoyable place to work. And I'm looking forward to bringing that to Cheshire High School, and just being a part of what's already a great community there.
How do you see the transition going? I know Greg had said he was going to be, Kevin was going to be sticking around for a little while working on some projects. You guys may be working together at all this summer?
Yeah. I don't think that we'll be working together much over the summer. If anything, perhaps some phone conversations, but I don't know that Kevin and I will be sharing the same office or anything like that. I'm pretty sure at this point, whenever Dr. Florio directs me to move my office to Cheshire High School, that's when I'll start, and it'll only be me.
And leaving Dodd, I mean, how's that feel? You were there for 7 years.
It's incredibly bittersweet. I think the staff there is incredible and has a tremendous reputation, like the staff at the high school does, and I've come to work very closely with them, and I think we've worked really hard to improve educational outcomes for our kids. And so it's with great pride that I leave Dodd, but it's also very difficult because those folks there are close to me.
You'll see some of the same kids as they come up.
Absolutely, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
A lot of familiar faces on my first day on the job. Not a lot of people can say that they know 1,500 people on their first day at work. So
you already know the first names.
Yeah, so I'm definitely in a good place with that.
Awesome.
Does it ratchet up the pressure a little bit? I mean, people have a lot of parents in the Cheshire school system have a lot of expectations, and you certainly must have felt some of that at the middle school level.
Sure.
How do you deal with that, cranking it up a notch when you've got the final 4 years of their kids' lives, basically?
Sure.
I mean, of their kids' academic lives, basically.
Yeah, I think I don't believe that that's difficult because I have very high expectations of myself and of our school, and I think that's why our school system has a good reputation, because the people who work in the schools have equally high expectations of each other and of themselves, and that helps make us a very successful school system.
Okay. But I mean, and this isn't true not just in Cheshire but everywhere around the country, schools are being asked to do